From Headquarters, United States Army Reserve Command at Fort Bragg, North Carolina, this is the USARC Report. I'm First Lieutenant Amy Crane. USARC historians have installed several pictures on the first floor of the headquarters building detailing the history of the Buffalo Soldiers. Dr. Lee Harford, Director of History for the Army Reserve, tells us more about these brave soldiers.
What we have is professional prints that were done of the Buffalo Soldiers, which are African-American regular Army soldiers, the first of their kind, that served in the Indian Wars, which was from about 1870 to about 1890. And they were distinctive units. That we had 2 regiments of cavalry, the 9th and 10th Cavalry, and then you have 4 infantry regiments that were formed. They served in the West as well. And they were given the distinctive name of Buffalo Soldiers because of the way they would charge across the plains after the Indians, like buffalo. These 6 paintings reflect the Buffalo Soldiers during their service in the Indian Wars and the Spanish-American War. Probably the most famous of these lithographs is the attack on San Juan Hill by the 9th and 10th regiments of cavalry that are depicted in the middle. One of the lieutenants in the 10th Regiment was Black Jack Pershing, who would be the commander-in-chief of all American forces in World War I in Europe.
Caring for soldiers goes beyond providing food and shelter. The Army Reserve works to ensure that soldiers have a solid foundation of resiliency to rely on when faced with great personal challenges and hardships as well. Jose Mojica with Army Reserve G1 talks about how to promote life and get involved in the life of soldiers.
When we talk about promoting life, we're dealing with, for example, educating the entire force, that includes family members and also DA civilians, reducing the stigma. So soldiers understand that it's okay to ask for help, and also providing the resources to them. In addition, involving families. Families play a very, very important role in recognizing issues that should be put forward to the leadership so we can deal with those issues. Soldiers and leaders need to talk to one another. They need to connect, because if that connection is not there, it's not going to work. And that, when I say leaders, I also mean your battle buddies. I also mean your platoon sergeant. I also mean your first sergeant. Everyone needs to communicate, and when they hear of an issue, they cannot hide that issue. They need to make it known, because we're talking about a person's life, you see. And sometimes when you get soldiers who say, I don't want you to tell anybody, you know, then you have to kind of weigh that. Say, wait a minute, if I don't say anything, you're going to hurt yourself and maybe hurt others. Well, we cannot afford that. One of the things that is in existence is the family readiness groups. And we have an excellent working relationship with the family programs here at USARC. They also have a Fort Family that is a 24/7 program that is available to soldiers and families and DA civilians. And those individuals will communicate and contact the individuals and stay with them until the resources are provided to those individuals. The other thing too is commanders are also letting the Army family know that Military One Source is also available to them. It's about getting the communities involved, because these are citizen soldiers, and the communities must also engage, but they cannot engage if we don't reach out to them, and commanders are doing exactly that, and we'll continue to do that.
In future episodes of the USARC Report and Army Reserve Today, Army Reserve leaders and soldiers will share their views on resiliency and promoting life. USARC Family Programs is always finding new ways to connect to Army Reserve soldiers and their local communities. They recently launched social media sites in order to help give these soldiers another outlet to connect to.
Army Reserve Family Programs, it's always looking for ways to disseminate information quicker, reach out a larger audience. So one of the things that we were approached, and as we already have established in the Army Reserve, is to establish Facebook. The way I look at social media, it certainly will enhance how we communicate with all the different generations. You know, we're so used to convey the message just in one way, but it's obvious to us that this new generation is not wanting that face-to-face as much as give me a text, I'll send you over the internet or the Facebook what I need and give me a response and I'm good to go.
And that will do it for this episode of the USARC Report. Thanks for watching.